Hello, everyone. Let's just wait for a couple of seconds. I see there are people joining in. Sorry, we got a bit delay, a 60-second delay, I would say. Yeah. All right. I see a lot of people have joined in. Thank you so much, folks. Yeah. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm your host, Naveen Rathi. And the focus is on getting as many insights as possible from our panel of experts. Now, the topic of today's webinar is SAP SuccessFactors and ServiceNow, a powerful combination of HR and IT. Now, before we deep dive into our session, I would like to take you through the functionality of the webinar platform. The session will be recorded and the link will be shared with all the attendees later by the coming week. Throughout the presentation, the Q&A tab is open. If you have any questions for our speaker, please enter in the Q&A tab and it'll be moderated and also answered towards the end of the session. Now I'm delighted to introduce to our panel for today, starting with Bharat.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Bharat Nutakki. I'm leading ServiceNow practice globally. I do take care about COEs, global pre-sales, along with Center of Excellence. Thank you.
Thank you, Bharat. Nagesh.
Yeah, thanks, Naveen. Hi, everyone. Good morning and good evening. So I'm Nagesh Polu. I head SAP HCM practice for Yash Europe, and I also take care of Yash SuccessFactors Global Pre-Sales. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nagesh. Hari, if you could introduce yourself, please.
Sure, Naveen. Hi, everyone. Good morning, good evening. So this is Hari Krishna. I had ServiceNow competency for Europe region and global lead for ServiceNow pre-sales. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Sneha and I work as a solution architect for recruitment and onboarding 2.0. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you, panelists, for introducing yourself. Now, before we deep dive into a session, something about Yash. So at Yash, we are the leading system integrator and outsourcing partner, specialized in digital transformation with expertise across industries and focus in delivering tangible value. Our team of 4,000 plus skilled SAP professionals serves over 100 Fortune and 500 customers globally. For over 27 years, we have provided top-tier consulting and technology solutions across 6 continents. Can you move to the next slide, Neha? Right. So at Yash, we also believe in always being near to our customers. This is why we have a wide geographical presence with offices and delivery centers located across globe. Our global reach allow us to provide localized support and ensure seamless collaboration with our client, no matter where they're based are. Now with this, to kick off the presentation, Nagesh, could you just give us a brief introduction or I would say overview on the SuccessFactors COE, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Naveen. First things first, let me extend a warm welcome to all the audience, participating in today's webinar, and thank you for attending this. So today's webinar, it's as you know, we are mostly going to discuss and demonstrate the capabilities of SuccessFactors getting integrated with ServiceNow. So even before going there, we just want to introduce SuccessFactors as a HRA solution, and then we want to give a high-level capabilities, what Yash does in terms of SAP HCM practice. But even getting there, first and foremost, I would like to just give a brief introduction about SuccessFactors. So SuccessFactors as a HRA solution, it offers a comprehensive suite of human capital management solutions that cover end-to-end. Like when I say end-to-end, complete employee life cycle, starting from recruiting and onboarding to performance to learn and development. So when a customer is going for a HR transformation and all, so we need a implementation team, right? Yeah, we have I mean, again, I will take a pride saying that we have 200 plus consultants sitting globally who are like helping the customers in HR transformations. And then, I mean, they are not just, consultants who just go there just do a installation or a configuration, but we do also help them in setting up their business process. We take, I mean, like take care of their HR process as well as, we try to map their HR process to the current SuccessFactors system. Again, like as I said, there are 200 plus consultants. Most of them are professional certified. And again, we have teams sitting across the globe, starting from US to Australia. And coming to our experience, when you talk about implementations, I mean, as of today, maybe on the slide, yeah, it says 250, but I can say it's almost like a 275 plus implementations as of today. And again, as soon as we are completing the implementation, as we shift focus to support. So we have been supporting almost like a 250 plus customers globally as of today. And then, I mean, as you see on the screen, right? So we take a pride saying that most of these customers, they have been with us from a decade, and there are few customers who came to us like requesting for a health assessment, and then now they're like our end-to-end customer where we do enhancement support as well as support them in upgrades and all. And coming to the solution, as I said, SuccessFactors Suite compromises entire life cycle. Like now we have a wholesale model as well. And I take a pride again saying that we are one of the few partners who implemented the latest AI on SuccessFactors platform. So other than that, I mean, like, yes, like any other partner, many of you might ask, like, why Yash, why not, any other partner? To compromise that, I mean, yeah, Neha, can you go to next slide? So it's not, as I said, our team is not just like coming and installation or doing a configurations part, but we also take care of your systems. I mean, to take care of the systems, we analyze, since inception, we analyze it's not just implementing or configuring the system or talking to the HR. We also analyze that, many of the organizations globally, they need a team who can help them to do a quick health check assessments. So when I say health check assessments, it could be during your ongoing implementations, or it could be like, let's say you're on SuccessFactors platform and you see a growing list of issues. Maybe the issue log is growing day by day, and you might be facing a hit, right? So that is where our team of experts will help you, talking to your HR IT team. I mean, the main advantage here is, as I said, the team of 200 plus, everyone has the HR domain experience. We ensure they're coming from HR domain, and we ensure they have a deep understanding of how HR and HR process works in an organization. So taking that experience, we build this health factors where, like, as I said, after doing all the health assessments and talking to your HR team, we'll prepare a fit gap document where you can see, what could be your solution, how a roadmap should look like, and what best we can do, in the current system. And also, I mean, many of places where we did this health factors, we analyzed that, not many organizations are totally involved in upgrading their system. At least, I mean, there are universal upgrades, but there are few like admin opt-in and opt-out. So that is where we saw, many of the customers are still facing the heat because not many partners are supporting them, on these upgrades. So again, our health assessment will help you to find out, what was missed, what can be done better. And other than this, we also have other service called X Factors. And next slide, please. Yeah. So under X Factors, again, as I keep saying, right? So we have a team of 200, but again, under 200, we have a team of experts who really work on HR solutions. It's not just, like we say, we are a team of great experts on SuccessFactors. No, I mean, we have a team which sits and again, they keep working with various HRs globally. We keep talking. We have a platform where we keep talking to our HR teams. We just analyze, latest requirements or latest, policies coming across the globe. And these advisors, they can be used as a solution advisor on the current SuccessFactors platform. They can be utilized as a business analyst, where they will be deeply involved in your HR process and deeply talking to your. They will just do a deep dive discussions with your HRIT, your HR team, and then they will just ensure that the system is set as per expectations. And then again, same group of people, they can also help you on-call support. Whenever you are stuck or whenever you need a solution or enhancement that has to be taken care, yes, we the experts will come into the call and then we can guide you. Other than that, yes, as usual, Yash has been pioneer in doing, demonstrating the new features, especially on the release highlights. So every release highlights, I mean, Yash has been taking part, and we were like very few partners who do it from since the SAP starts, showcasing the roadmap, right? So we keep talking to our customers, we keep talking to our prospects globally. And again, as I said, these experts will keep talking to your HR, and then we'll ensure, whatever you feel, I mean, the process is getting replicated to your systems. And then we can also help you in giving demonstration. It's not just we configure and go. No, it's like we will demonstrate the solution, we will demonstrate the process, and we will also ensure everything is properly documented so that this can be utilized with your incumbent partners as well. So this is more about, like SuccessFactors capabilities, and I'll let my colleague Neha in the next few minutes where she'll be talking about SuccessFactors latest with onboarding, and then she'll also demonstrate how onboarding can be, integrated with the tools like ServiceNow, and how well, companies can take use of it. Yeah, over to you, Naveen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for the great overview, Nagesh. So now coming to you, Bharat. So
Yeah.
most of the people in our audience is already familiar with ServiceNow, but if you could quickly give us a rundown on the ServiceNow COE, please.
Yeah, thanks, Naveen. Hi, everyone. So let me take you through the ServiceNow capabilities of Yash. So Yash is a ServiceNow premier partner for consulting and implementation reseller and service provider. When I say service provider, we do have our own MSP instance up and running. As part of our COE, we do have 100 plus resources. Most of them are certified, and we do have resources with mainland certifications, starting from IT service management, IT operations management, till security operations, and integrated risk management kind of modules. With our qualified resources, until now we were able to successfully deliver 50 plus projects. As part of this, it covers both brownfield and greenfield implementations. So along with support engagements as well. As part of our COE, I can say we do have 23 standard delivery accelerators which we have developed based on our industry expertise. We also closely work with ServiceNow in developing, integration use cases especially between SAP and ServiceNow. Recently, as part of our SAP rollout, we have SPM rollout. So we have integrated ServiceNow with SAP SuccessFactors. Shortly, my colleague Hari will present you the probable and best use cases what we have done as part of integration between SuccessFactors and ServiceNow. So most of you might be asking me why Yash? Yes. Yash, first of all, Yash comes up with its integrated service offerings. Like we do have our service offerings covered under three buckets, mainly consulting and advisory. As part of this, we do help our customers to perform the business process consulting to identify and fix the process gaps. Along with, we also help our customers in crafting the service management strategy along with the digital transformation roadmap based on our experience and expertise. Also, we help our customers in taking care about the organizational change management and adaptation planning as part of their implementation journey. Not only that, we also help our ServiceNow customers to realize by performing the platform assessments to make them understanding how effectively they were able to realize their ROI based ROI what they've invested on ServiceNow. So coming to the next bucket as part of implementation, integration, and automation services, this is our core. I can say that we have done majority of customer and complex integrations between different systems with ServiceNow. As part of this, we do take care about greenfield and brownfield implementations. Of course, this combines the kind of activities like business process consulting from crafting the service management strategy and all. And also we do take care about custom app development also by using App Engine. Recently, we have rolled out a product for one of our cloud-based service provider. We have developed a connector between that cloud-based service provider security operations with ServiceNow security operations kind of a module. Along with this, we also take care about upgrades, platform upgrades, and custom automations and service automations as well. Like I mentioned, as part of our third bucket, we are MSP partner. As part of our MS partnership, we do have our own ServiceNow instance up and running, where we can onboard customers by creating data and process separated domains quickly as possible, like 6 to 8 weeks, where we do take care about licensing, implementation, support, upgrades, so that our customers can spend their productive time on productive efforts on improving their business, instead of spending their time on regular operations kind of activities. So not only that, we also help our customers to set up managed service desk, so that to take care about their dedicated supports. Before I hand over to Naveen, I would like to share interesting journey of Yash with ServiceNow. Way back in 2017, we have started our journey like a customer first. As part of our organization's digital transformation journey, we have identified ServiceNow as our platform. In 2017, we have rolled out IT service management and IT operations management to take care about our internal IT help desk and operations. And recently, we have rolled out strategic portfolio management as part of our lead to cash kind of use case, which can help service organizations like us to take care about the resource utilization gaps, and project-wise P&Ls and resource-wise P&Ls. And as part of this use case itself, we have done some use cases between SAP SuccessFactors core HR module, and resource recruitment module, and ServiceNow as well. Of course, shortly my colleague Hari will give you overview about these kind of use cases. So with this, I would like to hand over to Navi.
Thank you. Thanks, Bharat. Thanks for that overview. Now, coming to you, Hari, would you like to share your insight about ServiceNow platform capabilities? How integration with SuccessFactor can help business? Also, can you share some use cases, as Bharat has mentioned, with our audience, and explain why integrating ServiceNow platform with SuccessFactor can redefine end user experience?
Definitely, Naveen. Yeah. So hi everyone. Again, good morning and good evening. So coming to the ServiceNow overall capability, right? So ServiceNow is a SaaS and PaaS-based platform which provides solution offerings in the digital workspace. So if you look at the overall categorization of the ServiceNow solution offerings, so it mainly concentrates on the five pillars which you are showing in the presentation, which mainly focuses in enhancing the customer experience, user experience, employee experience, operation excellence, and the IT experience. Okay, so if you talk about any typical organization, right? So there will be several departments in any organization taking care of their IT service management, or the financial department, or legal department, or HR department. So being these are the core kind of departments in any organization, so ServiceNow has a solutions which provide services to enhance and provide solutions to provide a challenges and the solutions to these kind of layers. So let me give you an example. If we want to enhance the IT experience, so ServiceNow comes up with IT service management solution, which follows the ITIL processes and like incident management, change management, knowledge management, and followed with the problem management. So this is one of the key suite. And of course, to target the IT operations management, to address the challenges faced by the IT operations management. So there are some kind of suites like auto discovery, event management, service mapping, and automations. So these kind of solution suites fall under the IT operations management. So similarly for HR, so there is a HR service delivery, and for any kind of governance. I think this is one of the key area where most of the customers are looking at. So at a region specific. So if you look for Europe region, right? So GDPR is one of the compliance, and if you look at the US region, HIPAA is one of the compliance. Okay, so based on these compliance standards, so ServiceNow has come up with the GRC model, or the integrated risk management module, which compliances the industry specific standards. And of course, on the security front, there is a security operations management suite, which provides the security related solutions following the standards of ISO or NIST or kind of PCI standards. So these are some of the solutions which falls under the five pillars of ServiceNow. And if you look at the overall architecture of a ServiceNow, right? So they majorly like to understand better. So it can be divided into three categories. So for one is the engagement layer, and followed by an integration layer, and followed by a platform layer. So if you look at the integration layer, right? So any typical customers in any organization, so they will be looking at having a better user experience in terms of using the platform or accessing the platform. So there are some kind of ways in terms of providing it as a solution. It can be a service portal. It can be a virtual agent, which terms in terms of a chatbot, or a walk-up experience where users can directly go to a person and talk to the person to raise the tickets, or a mobile application where users can directly interact with the platform through using the mobile apps, like raising the request, approving the request, or fulfilling the request. And there are other ways also. So most of the organizations nowadays, they are using the intranet social media applications like internal Facebook or Twitter or WhatsApp communication channels. And other than that, we have Microsoft Teams, Slacks. So being these all as a omni channels, so ServiceNow provides an omni channel capability to have an integration between these kind of platforms with ServiceNow to provide a better user experience in accessing the platform and in using the platform. And on top of it, I was talking about the integration layer, right? So there are features like Integration Hub with a combination of Flow Designer. So being these two solutions, so ServiceNow has provided around like 150 plus out of the box scope spokes, which can be connected with any kind of industry specific platforms. So if there is a not specific spoke is not available in that case also, so a custom integration can be made by using a REST or SOAP integration to have a smooth data flow or a process flow in the entire ecospace of the customer. Okay. On top of it, we have the ServiceNow core capabilities. So the core capabilities, something like a service catalog of web services or inbound email actions or a notification mechanism or a scheduled reports and dashboards, scheduled jobs. So these are some of the core features. And nowadays, most of the customers are very much interested in implementing the AI ML capabilities like artificial intelligence and machine learning. So ServiceNow has a out of the box NLU modeling as well, where it will understand any kind of language of the customer by providing a simple statements, right? So maybe a user can type any kind of simple statement, so it can respond and it can understand that statement and respond according to that to the user to provide a better user experience or an employee experience. Okay. On top of it, right? So if any customer is looking for a digitalization of their entire workspace or entire platform, right? So it's not only a service now. There will be a lot of applications where internally he will be using, like for CRM applications, like Salesforce application, SAP applications, accounting applications, or ITOT applications. So these kind of applications or the platforms can be easily integrated with ServiceNow, so that ServiceNow can act as a single one-stop for the users, employees, and HRs in the organization. And it will be connecting and talking with other platforms in the organization, starting with your CRM, ERP, or ITOT applications to have a smooth data process flow in the organization, to have a digitalization across the platform. So ServiceNow, the best feature is about like it maintains a single platform or one data model and one architecture. So depending on the requirements of the customer, so any kind of suite can be enabled and that can be customized and used by the customers. Okay. So move to next slide, Neha. So coming to the today's topic, so we were discussing about the SuccessFactor and ServiceNow combination, like enhancing the HR and IT transformation using these two platforms. So not only SuccessFactor, right? So if you look at the market, there are a lot of HR core applications, like starting with SuccessFactor, we have Workday, Oracle HCM. So there are other applications also which in turn used in the journey of transforming the HR and IT, like DocSign is one of the things where it will be mostly used for digital e-signatures. So that platform can be used in enhancing the HR transformation and of course the IT transformation as well. So these kind of platforms can be worked together to provide a better transformation and better automation in any kind of organization. Next slide, Neha. Yeah. So these are some of the use cases in terms of using ServiceNow and SuccessFactor as integrated solution. So there is an ITSM module which mainly focuses on enhancing the IT service management in ServiceNow. So it can work with the SAP SuccessFactor process. So in terms of automating the employee onboarding or employee offboarding. So if you look at any kind of typical scenario, when a contractor or a group of trainees or a group of employees joins in an organization, so there will be some kind of IT related activities which has to be performed, something like requesting a laptop or requesting a minimum kind of server access or requesting or installing a VPN. Okay, so these can be some of the typical use cases. So those use cases can be automated. So by removing all the manual activities, so with have a proper schedules or a proper notifications to the stakeholders using a combination of ServiceNow ITSM. So SuccessFactor can utilize and leverage the ServiceNow workflows and ServiceNow core capabilities in terms of achieving the automation in the IT landscape. And of course, from the HR's perspective, so there will be a lot of manual activities or the tedious activities where employees has to do or a HRs has to do during the pre-onboarding or post-onboarding of any kind of resources, contractors, or there will be a huge kind of manual activities by the HRs when there is a lot of trainees, like a bunch of trainees joins in an organization. Okay, so to remove all these kind of tedious to-do activities or the manual activities. So SuccessFactor can leverage the ServiceNow HRSD module, where HRSD module of ServiceNow can act as a wrapper on top of the core HR applications like SuccessFactor here. So to remove all the manual kind of activities and to ensure a smooth onboarding and offboarding of an employees. So this way, this use case will help in enhancing the employee experience and HR experience in any kind of organization. And as Bharat was talking about, right? So recently in Yash, we have implemented the lead to cash use case. So when it comes to a lead to cash in any kind of organization, there will be a lead management system where sales team will work and generate the leads. So from the leads, it can be converted into an opportunity, and from an opportunity, it can go to an project implementation. So once the implementation is done, then it can go to a support, and the implementation and support can raise an invoice or a billing to the customer. Okay, so in this overall total journey, so there is an ideation process where business stakeholders or any kind of leadership team can provide their input, saying like, this is where I want to invest more money in an organization. Like I want to invest money in so and so project or so and so product. So that is where the ideation comes, which can be converted into a demand, and from demand to a project to a resource, and the skill, enhancing the skills and the time card management. Okay, so these modules we have implemented internally also for Yash and in the current ecospace. And from the project management point of view, if you take any kind of project management types like agile methodology, waterfall methodology, or a combination of these two models or a hybrid methodology, so those kind of entire end-to-end project management can be done in ServiceNow. Plus the resource utilization is one of the key area where most of the leaderships will be looking at, like how my resources are being utilized and how much billable they are, how many non-billable resources are there in their organization. So this is where the combination of this solution will provide a visibility on the resource utilization. And of course, so skill management and learning is one of the key area where the employees can enhance their skills and to get more productivity and get more benefits in terms of an organization. So that is where the entire skill management can be maintained in the ServiceNow. And time card management, which is one of the core area where employees can fill the timesheet and they can log the hours. So that is where we can know like how the resource is performing, where his actual productivity hours are going. So this entire visibility can be given to leadership by using a combination of the success factor plus ServiceNow strategic portfolio management solution, so that the leadership can get insights of how their P&L is going in terms of the departments wise, or a business unit wise, or a business group wise, and an overall organization wise. So these are some of the use cases where ServiceNow can work with SuccessFactor as a combination to enhance the user experience, HR experience, employee experience, and of course the IT experience. Yeah. So by this, I will take a pause here. So maybe for this webinar, right? So we will be concentrating on automating the IT automation or employee onboarding as a demo. Yeah. Thanks, Naveen.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you so much. So my next question is to Neha. Neha, would you like to share the success factor onboarding capabilities with a live demo to our audience?
Yeah, sure, Naveen. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I like to welcome everyone once again in this session. And in today's session, we are going to talk about how an organization can get benefit by doing this integration of success factor onboarding to the service now. But before I go to the topic and showcase the demonstration, I like to give an insight about what is onboarding 2.0 and how and when we felt like we need to integrate it with the service now. So as we are aware that success factor has a multiple modules, so out of them one of them is onboarding 2.0. So in past we have done integration with other modules as well, for example recruitment management or employee central, and latest we have done with the onboarding 2.0. So before integrating it with the success factors and service now, we have seen a lot of challenges from the clients and even within our own organization. As Hari has mentioned that we are using service now in Yash also. So while hiring the employees in Yash technology, we have also faced this issue of having in trouble with the task, as we do not have a workflow and other stuff. So we thought to fix our problem first before going and fixing others problem. So in the Yash, we have integrated our entire suite of the success factors to the service now to fulfill the gaps wherever we have identified. And the same thing we are going to present today about the onboarding 2.0. So first I will talk about the onboarding, what onboarding is. So whenever a candidate accept the offer letter and when they are ready to hire, we can initiate the onboarding in success factors. So initiation of the success onboarding in success factor can be done by two ways. Either it's a manual or using the recruitment process. So on the initiation of the onboarding, the first step will be the review new hire data step. So in the review new hire data step, this specific step is going to be performed by the HR, or it can be a hiring manager, or it can be an onboarding specialist. So their activity over here is to review all the information of the candidate, how it is, what all information has passed from the recruitment. Either it's a candidate related information or organizational related information. On completion of this specific step, there are two steps which are going to trigger. First one is the personal data collection step and the new hire task, and both the steps are parallel steps, and both of them are not dependent on each other. So first I will complete about the personal data collection. So personal data collection, additional data collection and signature step, including compliance. These are the part of the candidate view. So this information can be completed by the candidate on the stepwise. So first step is the personal data collection where candidate can review their information which they have filled in past in the recruitment process, during the recruitment process. Along with that, in this step, they will also able to provide the additional information, either it's related with their family related information, maybe dependent details, emergency, even they can provide their work permit related information. After that, we have an additional data collection. Again, this step is a non-mandatory step. It can be created as per the requirement of the business. If we feel like some more information need to be collected from the candidate, which we were unable to collect during the personal data collection step, we will able to have it. And this step can be customized based on the legal entity, based on the country, based on the type of the candidate we are hiring. It can be completely customizable. The last step of this is the signature step, where we will able to get the signature on the forms, which will include the compliance form, policy forms, and so on. We also have a compliance. So there are multiple countries which follow a very strict compliance rules, and it is driven by the government. For example, US or Australia. So we have few countries which are included by the success factor as a compliance part. Now I'll come back to the new hire task. This is the problem area for the onboarding 2.0, which we have identified in multiple client places. So what is happening here? The moment we complete our new review hire data step, we can create multiple tasks. It can be an IT task, it can be a transportation task, it can be an admin task, and so on as per the requirement. We can have multiple tasks over here. But the problem is the moment the task will get created, it will stop over there. It does not have a workflow at this moment. It does not have a email communication channel over there, and teams are struggling because everything after this task will get created, they have to perform it offline. It can be either on the email, or it can be on Teams, or if they have any some other channel where they can manage, they go ahead and create a ticket over there. So we have identified there is a lot of manual activity on this step, and organization are struggling on it. So what we have done here is, we have built an integration between the onboarding 2.0 task and the service now. And the way of transferring the data is two-way. So the moment the task will get created, automatically it is going to push the data to the service now and create a ticket over there. And in the service now, as we are already aware, and as Bharat and Hari has mentioned, that we have a lot of flexibility available in service now. We can build the service now in such a manner that can fulfill our requirement. We can create a workflows. We can start a communication within the service now itself. So to leverage all this facility in the onboarding 2.0, we have done this integration. So I'll go to the next slide now and talk about advantages of this integration. So first and foremost is the removing the manual intervention. We don't want anyone to spend time in copying the data from one system to another system to create a ticket, because this will also lead a lot of manual error. Sometimes we type something wrong. It can be an employee ID, or it can be name of the candidate, and that can lead to a bigger problem. So first thing is we would like to reduce that. The second thing is regarding the employee new hire task. We always want, each and every organization wants that when the candidate is going to join us from the day one, we need to make sure that everything is ready, and sometimes we struggle. So using this specific process also, we will able to reduce it to a huge extent. Then to SLA is one of the biggest pain area in each organization. We always want to make sure that we are meeting the SLA every time. But as we have to manage two different systems and there are a lot of manual activity, so chances of breaching the SLA is very high. Regarding the automatic process, as I mentioned initially, as this entire process is happening automatically, so data will directly grow from the success factors to the onboarding, from the onboarding system to the service now automatically. And also we have pushed the data in every 30 seconds, so it will not take a lot of time when we go from the success factors to the service now to check the cases. And the last thing is tracking the status of each and every status, where are we ready with the equipments and other stuff. So these things are going to be managed in this specific integration. Okay, so now I will go ahead and will start the demonstration of this in the live system. So just allow me a second. So this is the home page of the success factors. So here we have all the modules available, which is complete in the suite. So today, as we are focusing about the onboarding 2.0 and service now, so I'll directly go to the onboarding. So here I already have a candidate. for whom I have initiated the onboarding from the recruitment. So we can see these details in the onboarding dashboard that my candidate is here and it's in the review new hire data step. As I mentioned before, review new hire data step is something which can be performed either by the hiring manager, HR, or can be by onboarding specialist. Is completely depend upon which organization and which role is performed by this activity. So I'll go ahead and start this activity. But before that, I also like to show, as of now, we do not have any task trigger. As I mentioned earlier, all the task and candidate step will only get triggered once we will complete the review new hire data step. So I'll quickly go ahead and complete this step. So as an HR, I can go ahead and review all the information one by one. So it's just a verification step. At any point of time as an HR, if we feel like we need to make an amendment on data in this specific status, we will able to do that as well. So we can see here most of the information filled by the candidate during the recruitment process has already passed over here. And also from the organization level, all the information is also available, including the manager name, what is the job title, everything is available on this page. So I'll go ahead and we'll complete this step. It will take us back to the home page. We need to go back to the onboarding system once again. And here we can see that 4 of the task, new hire task, has overdue. So as I mentioned, creating a task within the system is completely customizable and it can be created to a number of limits. So here we can see we have multiple tasks available. So today we are going to focus on the IT assets. So this is specific request for the laptop is something which is integrated with the ServiceNow. And as I mentioned, it takes almost 30 seconds as of now in this specific instance to push the data from one system to another system. So if I'll click on start over here just to verify, so we can see that there is no details over here. So I'm not going to complete this step, but I will go back to the ServiceNow and will show you how we can complete or how the ticket has gone created automatically in ServiceNow and how the data has flowed. So I'll come to the service now. So this is the home page of the service now. Here we can go to the request to check the open request. And as I mentioned that data will pass and here we can see multiple tickets has created. So we can look for one of the ticket and here we can see that onboarding request has already created and as this point of time we are passing very basic information which includes the employee ID, which is going to be a unique identifier, the full name of the candidate, last name of the candidate, request for laptop, what is the description, all this information has passed from the system. Including this, as per the requirement of the business, we can include more fields as well. So as I mentioned, now as we are on the service now, this is going giving us an advantage that if you would like to communicate with anyone, suppose if you would like to connect with Emila and want to ask which type of laptop is required, we can ask this kind of the question in the service now and it is going to send an email notification to the Emila saying that there is a question. She can come back and she will also able to post in similar manner and all the tracking can be maintained in the same place. And once everything is ready, once the IT team will receive all type of the information, they can go ahead and update the description over here saying that laptop is ready to collect. And the moment they will update this information and change the status from open to com- closed, completed, and update. This is going to push the data back to the success factors, and it's going to complete the task. Again, one more thing I like to add here. So we can leverage the entire ServiceNow functionality to build a workflow, to add n number of the people in the same ticket to understand and get more information about it. All these things which we are unable to perform in onboarding 2.0 task can be maintained, can be done over here. Now I will go back to the home page of the task and will run a refresh. And we can see here, request for laptop has been completed. It has pushed the data directly from the ServiceNow to the success factor. If I will go to the details and click on edit task, I will also able to see the comment provided in the ServiceNow. So this entire integration is meant to push the data from one system to another system and to make it completely automation. And I would like to thank you everyone for listening to me with so much of patience. Over to you, Naveen. Naveen, I think you are on mute.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, thank you so much,
Yeah.
Neha. Thanks for that wonderful demo. Now, this brings us to sorry, this brings us to the Q&A session for our today's presentation. So I see there's one question from Eric Joseph. That's the integration between onboarding 2.0 and Snow prior to manage pending hire is a custom web service build. Is that correct? Nagesh or Neha, if you would like to take this.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It's a custom solution which we have built between the onboarding 2.0 and ServiceNow.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Neha, for answering that. There's one more question. So, what are the specific challenges organization face when managing HR data across multiple platforms? Uh, yeah. So, Nagesh, if you want to take that.
Yeah, Naveen, can you repeat the question?
Yes. So, what are the specific challenges organization face when managing HR data across multiple platforms?
Yeah, I mean, while managing, HR data across multiple platforms, like we see several challenges, based on our experience. Again, I think I realize now that, I didn't introduce our integrations expertise. We have been doing this a lot, like we have it pooled working on SAP CPI, Delboomi, TAL, and MuleSoft. But yes, as coming back to your question, yes, I mean, we see HR data is being transferred or migrated to multiple platforms. During that, like the challenges we mostly encounter is like, one first and foremost is like data fragmentation, where, because the HR data is stored across multiple platforms, often, leads to fragmentation. I mean, when I say multiple platforms during the transformation, we see, the data has been stored in multiple places, right? That, I mean, the fragmentation really hampers the ability to gain the comprehensive view of the data. And the second thing we mostly observe is like data inconsistency. Again, coming from multiple practices or multiple data entries, we see that data has been inconsistent, and again that will absolutely lead to a misguided when you are doing integration. I mean, it will increase integration complexity, right? I mean, the major thing would be on the data mapping. So while doing this data mapping, we see most of the organizations encounter this. The reason is like they have to maintain this data in multiple instances, and that is where we always advise our customers to ensure there's to have a seamless data flow. We need to have a less integration complexities, and we should have convert the inconsistency into consistent data, and then prepare for the integrations. Finally, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, whenever we see most of the organizations, we see that there is a lack of I can say data governance. I mean, because during HR transformation, yes, sir, we understand. But again, when we are talking about enhancements and bringing enhancements to a system, like again, planning like integration success factors with ServiceNow kind of activities, again, most of them, again, we saw that there is a lack of data governance. I mean, that is where organizations should mostly concentrate. Because without a centralized governance mechanism, organizations may I can say, they might struggle to enforce a consistent data. Maybe, like they should have a consistent data management policies, standards, maybe control across multiple platforms, because again, the data might flow from again different platforms to different engines, right? So I would recommend, that every organization, again, they'll face these challenges, but again, the data governance should come into the picture.
Great.
Thanks, Naveen.
Yeah, thank you, Nagesh. Thanks for answering that. I see there are a few questions which my experts have already answered on the chat. So, in the interest of time, we won't be able to take any more questions. Our expert will reach out to you on the questions which we have missed. With that, I would request Bharat to share the final remarks.
Yeah. Thanks, Naveen. So I would like to thank the audience for joining this in a productive webinar and making this more interactive. So today we have explored on how your organization can, take your HR process to the next level by integrating success factors within a ServiceNow. So throughout this session, you heard from our experts around the integration, possible integration use cases between success factors and ServiceNow and their benefits as well. Not only that, we have also discussed about the power of this DO of technologies on how to build, how to simplify the task, and how to build, powerful and matured workflows on ServiceNow platform to minimize the manual interventions between siloed departments across your enterprise. As a result, you can enhance your employee and HR experiences across the enterprise, right? Not only that, so as part of transforming your ERP or ERP and digital finance kind of use cases, if at all you're planning for ECC to S4 HANA kind of migrations from ServiceNow ERP transformation accelerators, we can perform process mining. We also can perform customization mining to identify the process gaps and customizations what you've done at ECC end, so that those kind of customizations can be replaced with App Engine from ServiceNow. By doing this, you can keep your SAP to a clean ERP core at SAP S4HANA and during your SAP ECC to S4HANA kind of migration. I hope our audience can leverage these kind of interesting insights into ServiceNow platform capabilities along with ServiceNow SuccessFactors kind of capabilities. What are the possible integration use cases which are available and which we can bring onto the table as part of our expertise, along with the live demo what we are showcased to you as part of this webinar, along with the benefits. Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you, Bharat, and thank you, experts. So now that brings us to the end of our webinar. Thank you for joining, guys. Please look out for an email from us with the link to the recording. If you have any questions, feel free to write us on info@yash.com. That is info@yash.com. Till then, thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Thank you, experts.